some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
Yes, my peoples, man. Big up the whole Metric community. Smash the likes. Every night we're here with an 8 to 10 minute update with everything that's happened in the day for Manchester United. So make sure you lot are smashing the likes, my peoples, and we're going to get straight into it as we do. So we'll start off here, and this is what started off earlier. We'll start from the top all the way down to the bottom. So any bombers, you'll see it here. Just hang on. So we got this from Simon Stone about 9 hours ago. He spoke about Mark Guy and Anton Semenyo, what he knows about that situation. And he just said that Guy feels like a good idea, but he was so close to signing for Liverpool. So he just thinks, why would he not just go to Liverpool? And then it says for Semenyo, having spent 200 million on Benjamin Sesko and Bumo and Cunha, and Mason Mount, Diallo, Mainu and Fernandes can also play in that number 10 role, he just cannot see it happening. The priority would be in other areas, he thinks. He's not one of the top journalists. He's okay for Man United. So we don't really, whatever he thinks is just, it is what it is type of thing. But that's what he said 9 hours ago. We got way more news than for Semenyo. Don't worry about that. So that's Simon Stone. We go a bit more up. We got this about how much money is likely to be available for the January transfer window, and will it depend on selling players like Xerxes? He says to an extent, yes, but I get a very strong impression United will not go for someone just for the sake of it. And the Xerxes issue and Kobe Mainu, it needs resolving in January, but I would be staggered if United were letting either of them go because we got our players going to AFCON. So he doesn't think any of them will go. The futures of Maguire and Casemiro, who are out of contract at the end of the season, are uncertain. We still don't know what's going on with them. Conor Gallagher's name has been said a few times, but we don't know if Casemiro, if Conor Gallagher's coming in, because we want him on a loan. We tried to get him on a loan last season. Sorry, at the end of the summer transfer window, and they weren't giving it. We don't want to buy him. We might say, Kobe, go get your 6 months to make the World Cup, but Conor Gallagher come on a loan, because he's not coming straight into the team. That's Ruben doing an interview. And then we got Harry Amaz, one of our young boys who's on loan right now to Sheffield Wednesday. And Vitek, who's our backup keeper, that's on loan to Bristol Rovers, or Bristol City, sorry. And they're going to have a chance to play in the senior squad next season. So they're going to get their call up. Remember, Lamons is the #1 goalkeeper now. We want a second in command to challenge him. We don't need to go and get a big goalkeeper, etc. So we're going to give Vitek that chance to be that second in command. We'll probably get a few FA Cup and Carabao Cup games. If ultimately United decide not to integrate Vitek in their first team squad, they will look to cash in while his stock is high, because right now he's doing well, especially in that Bristol City. This is Joshua Xerxes. Roma won him, but his agent always asks for some high fees and high demands in terms of commissions. That's what Xerxes' agent's about. So he doesn't know if that's going to happen. Man United have scouted Jeremy Jacquet and his teammate Mohamed Kadar Mete. I've not seen any of them. I've heard this Jacquet's meant to be the next best thing since sliced bread. So we're going to see what he's on if we end up going for him. He was linked to Arsenal as well. And then obviously we got this about the new stadium that we're trying to build. And yeah, it's looking good now that the Greater Manchester Growth Plan has basically backed it. And the mayor, Andy Burnham, they've held it. It's as big as the 2012 Olympics, etc. And they're speaking high about it. 15,000 new homes around the stadium and initial 26 million. Now they're basically talking. So something could be happening very, very soon. Then we've got more stuff about Semenyo. This is from Ben Jacobs 7 hours ago. We've got something newer as well. And he says, Man United interested? Yes. Where they were interested over the course of the summer. Are Man United going to do what some have asked me and convert him into a left wing back? I'm not so sure. I think the player is very intent on being a winger. So that's what I think will happen with him. But Man United do want a 10/winger. And Fabrizio Romano said the same thing yesterday. He said that Man United wanted a 10/winger, which I'll show you in a minute. Against Everton on Monday, we're going to unveil basically one of the largest safe standing areas. Do you understand? Like this is probably the first one or something, or the largest one at least. Additional rail seats, 6,000 have been installed in the second tier of the Stretford End since September, etc. So it's crazy. That's madness. A lot of people to stand up. The Stretford End is where we stand. For those that ain't been to the stadium, we stand and we support the team. January and the number 9s for Man United perhaps looks less unlikely. Josh Zirkzee gets a move away, but Man United are not looking to do him any favours, especially with AFCON. So we might not do him any favours because Zirkzee and Semenyo are looking at it like, if you let me go, I might be able to get my chance to get back in the national team. We're saying, bro, if we let you go, we got to go out there and spend more money on players that we don't even really need. So we're not doing any favours. Conor Gallagher and João Gomez. We like João Gomez. Conor Gallagher's on the list, but like I said, it's a loan deal only. We don't want to sign him. João Gomez, we could go for him because of the league table. Wolves will have to make a decision. Listen, you're getting relegated. You want 45 million. Would you take that now or get relegated and then just you have to go for about 25 million? What'd you do then? So it's a big choice. And he's a defensive midfielder. He can't save you from getting relegated. So it is what it is. Ben Jacobs on Guy. I think for the summer, the feeling is that Guy might make his own choice, etc. Free agent. But someone like Guy, he thinks that he's going to be looking at something like Champions League football. So we'll see. If we're in a good position by then, January, we're in top 4 stability, he might say, yeah, you know what, Man United's the place to be. This is just some of the a few changes. Manchester Derby's been changed to a certain day and time because of the police, Arsenal game, blah, blah, blah. Nothing really special. The Man United appear to be on collision course with the FA Cup. Basically, we want to host the Women's World Cup final at the new Old Trafford in 2035. Let's see us get the stadium first and then we'll see what one. Craig Hope, who's a Newcastle journalist who keeps talking about Bellingham, he's come out and said Howe never wanted to sell Anderson and Wilson was part of the transfer team, but then he had to sell him, which was in fact just 15 million. But he knows that Anderson would in an instinct go back to Newcastle, but he can't see Newcastle paying what Forest is going to want. So he said it's a myth. And then we got Hurst Class saying Man United are tracking Anderson before potential move. The 23-year-old replacement for Casemiro, but could face competition with Liverpool. Newcastle also linked. The Newcastle journalist has said he's not going there. They can't afford him. It's not going to happen. Man United are unlikely to trigger the 1-year option of Casemiro's contract. Saudi Arabia clubs are ready to offer him a lucrative deal. Zirkzee needs more minutes, so he is seeking a loan move to Roma. Remember, this is the second person now that's telling us about Roma and Zirkzee. So that could be one to watch out for if we let him go, of course. We've got this young boy, Man United, are reportedly showing interest in Olympiakos, Christos Mouzakitis. Scouts, blah, blah, blah. Scouts are looking at him and it's likely next summer. Olympiakos have informed Man United that they have set a 45 million price tag. They make no mention of the youngster's fee. It's crazy. So no one even knows what he got bought for, but they're just saying they want 45 million euros for him. That's crazy. So we'll see. And then we got this about Semenyo that's come out an hour ago from Ben Jacobs. And he says Semenyo has a 65 million release clause, blah, blah, blah. United and Spurs are also prepared to make a mid-season additions. United are more conscious than Liverpool of their PSR position. But that is not to say January additions are ruled out. United will have to decide whether Mbumo's arrival makes them less inclined to bid for Semenyo. The former will leave for AFCON as will Amad Diallo, convince United to bring in another 10 should the right target presents itself. And look at what Fabrizio said, literally said the same thing. Man United are looking for a winger/10 that is electric, skillful, talented and fast. He said that yesterday on the 19th, as you can see here. So it's brewing, man. This is what Ben Jacobs come out and said. Fabrizio said the same thing about that as well. So what is really going on with this 10 situation? We want a new 10. We want a new winger. So we're going to see what happens, man. Anderson, there's talks. Like he said, look, my instinct is that it's going to be both for the Manchester clubs, or don't be surprised to see a team in Spain coming for Anderson. So a lot of teams might come in for Anderson. And then last but not least, 2 of them actually. We got Belieber. He's basically saying that he would pick Manchester United over any club. So if Brighton agreed with the fee, 80 million with 2 clubs, Belieber would pick us, and Stiller, Jason Wilcox, and Christopher Ravel both want Stiller. So it's looking good, man. We're linked with a lot of good players. So it's only nothing but positive. So I'm going to let you lot go. That's the 10-minute update. Smash the likes, my peoples. I'll see you lot tomorrow. Peace out.
What's some celebs, pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't see, they on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local.